hello, and welcome to Leadership Dolce, where I am serving up sweet morsels of wisdom right here every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, welcome everyone. If you're here, give me a hello, a heart, a thumbs up, a like, just so I know you're here. Sometimes it's difficult for me to see who's actually here. So that would be fantastic. And so I'm Joanne Newborn with Newborn Evolution, your certified lifestyle and leadership coach. And I am here because I am very passionate about leadership, and I feel that there's a real lack of leadership out there in the world, especially in the business world, but in lots of different areas of the world. So I like to talk about it every week and share some of my thoughts and knowledge and education with you all. I am certified. I have my MBA from Penn State, and I'm also a director with a very large publicly traded company. So, I believe that the best way for me to be able to help professionals who feel frustrated or stressed out or unfulfilled is to create a leadership culture and a leadership mindset. So, in order for people to be able to attain their dream job with their ideal salary and a guilt-free, luxurious work-life balance, you have to really embody the mindset of a leader. So that's why I'm here. It is the 7 o'clock hour, and I am going to talk about something that is a little controversial tonight, but I think it's time, and I think you guys are definitely ready. So you might feel a bit triggered or angry when you hear what I'm going to say. I'm going to talk about how we are at a point where we really have to adapt to the new world that we're living in, because it's time to realize that we are not going back ever. So while you think about that for a minute, I also wanted to say that every week I always provide a link to companies that are hiring right now, new companies every single week. So I will provide that link in the thread below after this is over tonight. So I've got a new one tonight. So before I get to tonight's topic, while you're chewing on that, I just wanted to let you know that all of my leadership dolces teach a little bit from my Trifecta 3 levels to success coaching program. And level 1 is designing your vision. Level 2 is creating a strategic business strategy around that vision. And level 3 is creating a mindset of success. So tonight's topic is actually from level 3, creating that mindset of success. So, as I was saying, we are at a point where we have to really adapt to our current situation. It's apparent now that we aren't ever going back to life as it was. And Carl Jung says, this is a quote from Carl Jung, he says, "We cannot change anything until we accept it." So I really want you to think about that for a second. We cannot change anything until we accept it. And at this point, we really need to accept that our lives have changed very, very, very dramatically. And I'm going to be honest with you. I thought we would be back to normal in 2 weeks. And it's not the first time I said that. I thought we'd be back to normal in 2 weeks. And then I thought we'd be back to normal in 2 months. And here I am embarking upon week 12 And I've been in isolation now for about 3 months. And I read a lot of articles and I do a lot of my own research. And I'm realizing that this isn't going anywhere and that COVID-19 is not going anywhere anytime soon. But at the same time, we're also really ready to start living our lives again. So we have a bit of a duality going on. So people are really going to have to start to get used to living within a pandemic. Now, I'm not sure what this looks like. I don't have those answers, but we'll all find out. We'll all find out together. And so the thing that I do want to talk about is that there are people, many of us, right, that don't want to accept this in either direction, right? Either you might not want to go back to living with a new way of living, or you might want to refuse to acknowledge that we need to protect ourselves, and you just want to go right back to living the way we were living before. And so, honestly, neither scenario is correct. In fact, the answer is actually something completely brand new. It's something we've never experienced before. So I think, why not be open to it? Why shouldn't we be open to it? Now, I hear many people and clients say to me that there's actually a part of them, and this is including myself, that doesn't want to go back to the hustle and bustle and the running around and getting on planes and trains out of obligation for work. It was exhausting. It was really, really exhausting. And I have women telling me how nice it is that they have been able to spend time with their children on a regular basis. And there are people right now who are making really dramatic and drastic career changes to be able to have a more luxurious and a relaxed work-life balance, because we were pushing ourselves so hard day after day that we didn't even recognize how miserable we were until we didn't have to do it anymore. Okay, so if you know me, you know how much I love symbolism. So I was listening to Robert Bosnak, and he is a Jungian psychoanalyst. And he said it is no accident that toilet paper became the symbol of COVID-19. And I'm going to be kind of blunt, and I'm quoting him. He said, because we have to get through the shit to get to the other side. We can't just jump from a problematic situation to the solution. We cannot do that. We have to go through the pain and the suffering to find the answer. But we don't like to do that, right? It doesn't feel comfortable. In fact, it feels extremely uncomfortable. So many of us would rather stay stuck in waiting to go back to normal. But you know what? We'll just wait forever because there's no back any longer. Like, that ship has sailed. It's gone. So what do we do? Because look, I don't just come on here to like point out stuff. I come on here to give you solutions, right? So how do we get through the shit? Well, we allow ourselves to be compassionate with ourselves, while also at the same time feeling out of balance, chaotic, and stressed, doing both of these at the same time. Again, a duality. So, how do we practice compassion for ourselves during this time when we're feeling really out of balance and chaotic? Well, allow yourself to cry or wail or scream or feel depressed. Feel all of your feelings because that's going through it. And it's going to feel really awful when you're in the middle of it all, kind of like it is now. Because, quite frankly, you're in the middle of a shitstorm. But guess what's waiting on the other side? A rainbow. And so I've seen so many pictures lately of people that are posting rainbows and double rainbows, and they've been popping up all over social media lately. And so I want to ask you, when do rainbows appear? When do they show themselves to us? It's after a storm, of course. We could not have the rainbow without the rain. It just doesn't happen. So we cannot have what happens next after this without the storm of the pandemic that we're going through right now. And honestly, I've loved slowing down. And I am now finding ways to be able to live my life a little bit more outside the box. And when I say outside the box, I mean outside the confines of my apartment in a careful and safe way. So I'm allowing, while still having the virtual meetups, to maybe turn into a socially distanced picnic or meetups now that the weather's getting a bit nicer. So think about ways for yourself. So if you know me and you work with me and you're a client of mine, you know that I love to give homework to my clients. So if you've been showing up to my Leadership Dolce, which I may be on week 8 now, I think it's time to start giving homework. So if you feel inclined to do it, I encourage you to do it. So my homework assignment for you and for all of this week is to think about how you will adapt to this new lifestyle and how will you accept it in order to change it. So I know this sounds crazy, but I'm thinking about making my own hypochlorous, I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right, acid as a regular thing to replace my hand sanitizer and my Lysol and washing everything to death every time I go to the store. And I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but because I could probably talk about it for another 30 minutes, but I might add it to another call. I'll see. But you can look it up. It's basically saline solution that's been electrolyzed, and you can get a little pot that looks like a Brita filter that'll do that for you. And you can walk around with a spray bottle of this electrolyzed saline solution, which they've been using for years, by the way, to kill all sorts of like food-borne bacteria like salmonella, but it also kills lots of other bacteria and viruses as well. Anyway, that's something I'm looking to do for my new world that I'm entering into. So look at me. Here I am embarking on making scientific stuff to keep me safe, right? Never in a million years would I thought of I would be doing that. But you know what I like about it? It feels empowering. Like it feels so empowering to say, I'm going to make this decision to do this. And I'm going to be kind of scientific and weird, but I'm going to do this because this is the new world that I'm in right now. And I can own that. So think about what you will do. And yeah, So I want you to all think about that. And if you're enjoying this and you want to take it one step further, um, well, before that, I'm going to ask if anyone has any questions. You can put them in the comments there. And while you're might be putting in your questions, that I'm going to tell you, if you're enjoying this and you want to take it one step further. So each month, once a month, I do a really small group coaching session. It's called the Leadership Lounge, and I only take the first 5 people that sign up each month. I keep it really, really small, and I teach a short but deep lesson from my Trifecta 3 levels of success. So I'll go even deeper than I went today. And each person then gets one-to-one coaching with me, one at a time in the group. So you really get some nice ample time to be able to work with me. And everyone else gets to learn from each other's challenges as well. So it's really enriching. And the cost is $22. It's $22 for 2 hours of deep coaching. And the reason why there's a cost to it is a token for yourself to say, I'm going to be invested in this 2 hours of my life. I'm going to put away the distractions. I'm going to focus on what's going on for 2 hours. And really, when people like invest in themselves, even if it's a little bit like that, we become present, which is really quite amazing, actually. So I've only got 3 spots left for the June session, which is going to be on June 6th, which is a Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So I will put the link to that in the thread below as well. I will be each month moving the dates and times around because we do have almost 700 people now. We're almost to 700 people here in the vortex from over 30 countries in the world. So I wanted to be able to make it available. Oh, my phone's ringing. Oh, it's probably a sign from the universe for something. So I did want to make it available to people in different time zones. So I'll be moving around. I know that some of you are moms and you've got kids, so different times and things like that. This is lovely. My answering machine's going off. So anyway, yes, I will put that link in there, and I will also put the link to the new companies that are hiring right now. And also, if you have any questions for me, any time during the week, you can send them to me at Joanne@newbornevolution.com. I always send the replay to my subscriber list. So if you're not on my subscriber list and you don't want to show up at 7 o'clock every week, just get on the list and I'll send you the replay of it the next day. I send it out the next morning. So you can go to newbornevolution.com. I've got lots of freebies there and you can get on my mailing list. So I hope you enjoyed tonight. I know it was a bit controversial. Thank you for being here with me. Have an awesome night. Love to you guys. Love to Italy. Love to everyone out there in the world who's going through this shitstorm. All right. Have a great night. Bye-bye.